Abusiafo yes am wakwa basronko kra a counseling time with counselor DY Donkoh abusiafo se ne yedi nkankae no ene a marital and relationship solution come home na yemma counselor akwa basronko kra counselor.
Hello. Yanko.
Right. Inti, I'll start with the first story near the diakanon so at waso pepepe. I'll say Auntie Valerie, please, I would want counselor to help me out with this particular issue. I'm a young gentleman who started working not too long ago. This beautiful lady has been in my life for the past 7 months. Auntie Valerie, the situation now is I kind of got a little bit upset with her postings and things that she was doing. It got to a point I could see her in cars doing videos, would never get to see the driver. The next moment she's at a particular place, and all of these information was coming through her Snapchat. Now, because of my insecurity and jealousy, I decided to confront her and talk about the issue as it is. I spoke to her and made her know that everything that is happening, most definitely I have seen and I do not like or want. I said a couple of things and I believe it didn't go down with her because one way or the other, she claims it's affected her self-esteem. Auntie Valerie, the issue right now is that after I spoke to her, it's close to 7 days now, she doesn't respond to none of my messages or phone calls. I tried to speak to people who are close to her to make her understand that I still want her in my life and that she should forgive me. This is the issue. The woman apparently is talking about my financial stability. She wants to know how far I can go and what I can do for her. She believes that I am playing double sides with her because I am not myself. Because I am not showering her with the gifts or taking care of her like a man should. She tells me that there are other men in the pipeline, including her ex, who is willing and ready to do what I am not going to do. It's not as though I haven't paid attention to this woman. I have done all the things that I have to do as a lover. In fact, gone to introduce myself to the family. This is a girl I like. But I feel she's been so ununderstanding. It is difficult for me. I like her. But is she a good woman for me, counselor? Especially when she's talking about me having to go the extra mile when it comes to her finances. Counselor.
Let's go straight to what kind of embassy. The reason is that this has been one of the problems of our generation.
Right.
When other ladies will talk to their friends, and then they are convinced to also talk about their own, especially when Onoso is in courtship, and I say Onoso courting, and I am finding dating. Na ne number of work kasa fa omo mema, and there's some of them, do for them. That is the guy doing for the ladies. Etubo se Onoso ne nini ane bonkomo, na down for ne bonkomo na otumika the boy yemano. Sana mekano and the fiancé yemano and abema one ne shesha wade and omobe wade yemano. Then sometimes some of the ladies are compared. They are compared. Two things. They can be compared and then compared. Watch out. I hope you understand the grammar.
Yes, sir.
It's two things. They compare their relationship with their other friends, and then they are compared to give pressure to the guy to do what other men are doing for their. Now, every lady watching me should understand that all men are not same. Life is not also same. Right. And according to the Ebeto Yem24 kind and saying so so therefore you will understand that sometimes some of the guys can shower a lady with gifts. And yet their relationships will not end up anywhere. A bishop might not shower you with too much gifts, but the relationship will end somewhere. The problem is not who is doing what, the problem is where somebody is taking me to.
Definitely.
Serious. And so our ladies, unfortunately, will not look at the relationship with the purpose. They are rather looking at the relationship with what he will do for me now. And so most of them make decisions based on the now, the temporal, than looking at the permanent.
Sure.
And so the reason why a lot of young, beautiful ladies are even losing young guys, and they will end up to say, "Kagayo na me worry no." And so many need giant channel what day ye be fear form pemi ye fear been form power the pa at the papa be fear no we are say on my pabo is because most of them compare the present current situation of the guy to other guys.
Right.
And so what I will say to this gentleman is that please be strong. Number two, the lady who sent the message, it's saying to her, is a gentleman who said, yes, so be strong. Number two, do what you can do and not what you cannot do.
That's
if you are trying to please her, then you have to be a thief. And sometimes you have to sacrifice the little you might probably be keeping or planning to do something great with her in future. And then we take the opportunity to talk to every beautiful young lady that please, when you're baby, no your bema pa, the new form or your gentleman. He is the type of man you will yearn to be, to be a wife to. That you wish that this guy becomes the father to your children.
Right.
Don't lose this guy. And don't look at what other people are doing for some of the girls. All right. So sometimes some of your friends may even be doing double dating, and they might not tell you the truth. Some of them also faces challenges that you have no idea about, but they will not tell you. But they come and sugarcoat the surface. So like, hey, maybe guy, no, hey, yeah, oh, come up problem, but you too good. When you say every week, I'm 2,000, I'm 1,000. But see me birthday, if I tell you what the guy did, I was so shocked. And they could see, say, yeah, no. And I would hear you, like the guy has taken the relationship to another level.
To another level.
But I could be so woody and watching the so by we. Ebusian crying go home. One cast open, crown man knocking. Wow, open on my boy and so that should tell you that Odiana is taking steps that is going to yield fruit or get somewhere. So then we want to say that comparison is a thief of joy. Don't compare your relationship to others. Sometimes you do comparison, which is healthier, but this one is negative. That is going to, take away what God has given you as a gift. So we will say to the ladies, please stop comparing your relationship to other ladies. And also say to the guy, please, I beg you, focus on what you can do best. And what you cannot do, leave it to God. The right time will come. What you cannot do, leave it to God. And the right time will definitely come. Let's read the next story in Afi Counselor. So, a 2 year for Pepe on that bit. Or say, Auntie Valerie, please let me know counselor's bit on my situation. Kindly read it as it is. I love the way you read with passion. Thank you so much, my dear. I'll say, Auntie Valerie, I have been a widow for the past 3.5 years. My husband was a good man. He did everything that a husband is expected to do. He left with 1 child with me and 2 kids with another woman. So then we have 3 children under my care and custody. Auntie Valerie, I loved my husband so much that up until now, I had not paid attention until I realized that there's this particular person who made my heart move. It would shock you to know that this particular person happens to be the next of kin of my husband. The way he treats me and the family, checks up on us, and ensures that indeed we are comfortable. This man is not married. He looks at me in a certain way and always showers me with praises. I'm a woman. And as a woman, when a man loves a woman, I know. It's obvious that this man is interested in me. But because of family and traditions, he's trying so hard to cover things up. It was up until recently that he gathered the courage to speak to me, told me his intentions towards me.
that he would want to take this to the next level. And to the next level, he means by getting married to me and ensuring that he takes care of his brother's children. Auntie Valerie, I'm scared. Scared of what society would say. Scared of what people would eventually cook up from the church through to my home and that of my husband's family. Because the probability of them saying that we both ended up together just so my husband could die and we would have our way is higher. He's a good man. I'm looking at the pressures that would come with all of this, and I do not know exactly what to say. I need an advice because, believe you me, Auntie Valerie, this man is a good man, and I know my home will be a good one. Counselor. Right.
Two. Two. Now, the first thing I want to start the answers from the back.
Right.
This man is a good man, this man is a good man. You cannot identify a man to be good until you live with them.
Right.
So let's understand that one. That the woman should not conclude and look at, the compliments and the things the man says and how he showers her with, gifts and then go like he's a good man. You will not know a good man until you live under the same roof with the man. So let's understand that one. No, you will never know a good man. No, you will never.
Right.
So sometimes when we see people, isn't it wonderful that you can meet somebody who proposes to you, you fall in love, and then the way they treat you is like, my God, if I allow them to, come into my life, I think that they are the best. And then you say yes, and for some time realize that you're like, I wouldn't even say yes to you. So sometimes we respect people, see them to be good because they are not close to us. So I'm saying to this beautiful lady, yes, there are good men, there are bad men. But number one, don't conclude by saying, oh, you're very good when you've not lived with him. Okay. Number two, then I start again. Okay? This is your elder brother's, brother. And I'm the elder brother, the Obalikun, junior brother, in a bear. So, or I would two, or one,
or one,
and I or two, baby. Yeah, but the next of king, the man, the brother, the next of king, brother, and you remain next of king. Your party, the entire party, number one. I will not advise the gentleman to marry the lady. I will say it again. I will not advise him. The reason is very simple. They will not succeed in marrying. The family will easily conclude. Sometimes we can talk and say we don't care what people will say. Sometimes you have to care what people say. Because you see, listen to me. When people speak too much negative and you are not strong, their negativity will have an impact on your life.
It's true.
Sometimes I don't care what people say. I don't give a damn. Sometimes you need to pay attention to what people say. So now, wherever brother, the wife, you are the junior brother. By age, when you chill, you've been able to take responsibility of the lady and the child. That happens to be also so beautiful into when your baby are. So, we elder brother, we in the year and our pay. So number one, now we say, oh, elder brother Tiaseno, now who are saying? What were you already aiming for? Aiming to, aiming at. What were you looking for? So does it mean that brother and the year to okra now yanka up na ukondo the year? And now debut. Maybe now ukondo the year. Sabi brother you know for hey minya yanka bepe. Ye nam ana nyame agbo we shabe mubre utu befa. Number two, look at the family. They will fight. Does it mean say ubuana yekun ubra penny say be abefa na yera na and they will say it. Like I'm saying, you've been poor one yet, but you see, at a point, the voices of the people can become the voice of God. Don't joke. Don't joke. When the people started screaming to God, insulting God, yelling to God, say, we want a king. I mean, sometimes, no, we want a king. Look, we've seen a man called Saul. We want him to become our king. I mean, So the gentleman was not ordained to become a king, but the voice of the people compelled God to give him as a king to them. The end of the story wasn't good. So, Obratia say now penny, now condono, now penny nadana, and we na be a queen amawana, next of king. In two breja padia was saying giant, and one had the one in the year. What are you up to? What is wrong with you? So, I personally want to sit here to say to the lady, don't allow it, because it will not help you. In fact, for your child to grow and know that the father is dead, and that is the blood brother, that is your husband now. Trust me, the child might not even forgive as a mother. It's like, did you condone to kill my father? In fact, at a point, people will be saying things. Or no one side the two are. No. And they will shut down the me papa. The boy can develop hatred.
It's true.
For the man who wants to become a father.
It's true.
And so for me, the lady, you've heard, the heartbeat of the guy, that he has come to actually open up, that the conclusion of the matter is to fear God and eschew evil. I love you. I want to marry you. Now me pay, but now be surely any pabeka. Now you know the mind of the guy. Be bold and say it's no. But society, where we find ourselves, it doesn't help us. Say, baby, but next of king. Now, and next of king, can be kakra. But this is a next of king. Ni properties, the seeker. Oh no, dear, baby, your brother, you also think about it. Think about it. And I am also not sure that the family of the man will get up and say yes. They will not say yes. Because they will look at what other people will even say about your elder brother's death. Every crowd will mysteriously. Tiebeka say, Adam, Mummy, look up on a moment poison, no man. Send a bear mobile one day. So it's no. Or body family crowd will not understand this. That no. And then I will bring we are another one. Ajua, Ade, Munamukuna, and I small boy the kundi bra. Said the bill being because so to me, I be proud there, and next the condor the there. It tell me class and young mumus na mukundia nabako. So this is going to bring a lot of. So for me, some of the problems we encounter, we welcome it ourselves, and we don't need to welcome it. So for me, sister, mempere, go look for somebody else, and then let the person, help you raise that handsome boy together. But next of kin, it is no.
Right. Auntie Valerie, I was born in Denmark. My family and I have been there for some time. I grew up there, did everything up until my college education. I decided to come down to Ghana. When I came down, it was a different experience. Believe you me, Ghana is indeed home. I stayed here for a while, got something doing, and decided to start this entrepreneur thing just so I could find ways and means to survive in Ghana. Indeed, Ghana is hot. Auntie Valerie, through it all, I met this beautiful lady. She started talking, and I knew there and then that she is indeed the one. I decided and I said to myself that this is the woman most definitely I'll be getting married to regardless. I spoke to her. She definitely was looking at me in that direction up until I decided to go through, speak, and see exactly what's happening and realize that indeed we are paternal and maternal cousins put together as one. I spoke to my father, and my father told me that there is nothing wrong with it, and that just so wealth will stay in a family, I can go ahead and marry this particular person because that was what was done in the past, and it is what made some families powerful. And that if I should go ahead and marry this cousin of mine, everything that is due us as a family, a young couple, most definitely we're going to get. My father goes on to explain to me that even if we check things critically, that he is some way, somewhat related to my mother. I find it weird and strange that something of that sort up until now is happening. My father even laughs it off and says, go to England. Even in the Queensland, it is happening in the royal family. I don't know, but for some reason, I find this very weird. She's a nice person, but I'm not looking forward to settling with her. Counselor, what do I do?
Something per ma what was the end result? Solomon opema, what was the end result? People David, or ne obeyere die, what was the end result? So when other men go like, even in the Bible, Mema, Oman for Baba, could be family, no me and sign 9. Obi ti se solo, of a Baba, 1,000. Omi en firu onko yan Masa, Bema Bia, the Obinya me and sign 9. And when I get to know the Bible says that every man must get one wife. Now I come back to see that the fact that somebody is making a mistake and succeeding doesn't mean you must repeat a mistake. Maybe if people can go like even in the Bible, people are read to me and say, after Jesus came and died, show me who married to. And so if we say we are Christians and now we are born again, full of the Spirit of God, what is the Spirit also saying expressly to this generation? And so we are looking at it from obi a mistake to the extent that the man can boast and say that, oh my, I cry, I'm a cousin. This is a taboo. The man should not be happy about traditions and say that, oh my, I cry, I'm a cousin, but my worry no. It also so the American they say, lady no your cousin, worry no. So that the riches and the wealth, you know, I love it when the Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, Solomon said that a good name is better than riches after 1,000 women. A good name is better than riches. It's so precious than even gold. And so that should tell you that my papa mistake, I should not repeat it. My father did it wrong doesn't mean it is right for me to make it wrong again.
Right.
And so for me, I am just saying to them, please don't settle for mistakes of your fathers. Every generation should get better. The next 10th generation should get far better than our fathers. Me na will 2030. Me na be ba 15. But I saw papa so 24. It yes you 62. No. Something should tell you that ebi anko your baby na 62 ni nyina akra the different wives and nkola ni be to saying. Ebi mo ebi see saying. So does it help? Yes or no? Then when you look back, looking back will help you to know how to move forward. And so what I'm saying is that oh papa you mistake and oh free send ya de pa. When I hear we, so my conscience is telling me that I cannot be married to my own cousin. Because it says kissing, a curse, and a taboo. If other religion or other, traditional, whatever, believes that, yeah, fine then. But for you, if you're a Christian and you know it's wrong, what is wrong is wrong. Don't cover wrong and make it right. You are activating curses for yourself. And so for me, I'll conclude by saying that he shouldn't listen to the father. Already you read the message and realize that the conscience doesn't really. No, some papa to me say, oh my cry is some way somehow. Or you're my cousin and my worry. Don't let people boast of sin and make you feel good. Please, when they boast of sin and it can kill, run away from it. Don't let people magnify sin and make it sound sweet. And because of that, you want to repeat it. So for me, I stand to say that please, Canada will free by 120 years, cousin, no, it's not the right thing to. I've even seen people getting married to sisters and, we leave it to them and God. We are not sitting here to judge anybody. But what is not right should not be called right.
Right. So what is not right should not be called right.